Buenas tardes, buenas noches, y buenos dias. Welcome to Caldo de Risa, the only Colombian podcast hosted by yours truly, Danny Archilla, and my good friend and co-host, Mr. Bryan TV. How you doing?
How we doing, guys?
What's up? We're
back.
back.
We got a special person in the house
with
today.
a special edition. He's a comedian. He's a funny dude. He's a fellow 420 homie. He's Mario Rodriguez.
What up, everybody? How you doing?
I couldn't come up with any more hyphenates, but I'm sure you've cooked before.
I love cooking. Cooking's one of my favorite things to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I love cooking. Thank you guys for having me. This is awesome.
Hey, man. Thank
Yeah,
you
of course.
This is a cool pod.
I've been looking forward to this for a minute now.
I love the music and the headphones.
Thanks, dude. We're really.
You guys are serious. You guys are serious out here.
Well, when we started this, Danny was very educational in what he wanted to do, and then eventually we were like,
Somebody had to school me, so here comes Bryan with all the professionalism and Will with all the equipment. Shout out to
Will B House.
Shout out Will, dude.
Much.
It's cool to be here because I haven't been here in fucking since probably 2021.
Oh, geez.
Really?
Years.
Early days of COVID.
Early days of COVID, early days of chaos, that whole era.
Yeah.
I used to come over here I've been over here a couple times.
Dark times.
But the funnest times. I've had so much fun here. So driving back here, even turning on the street that it splits.
Oh yeah.
Even that I was I could feel old memory, nostalgia when it touches you. It's
Flashbacks.
Your face is going through. Your flashbacks are happening in your head like a movie, but your face is kind of going.
Yeah, you're dude, because I love deja vu and shit. I love deja vu and the idea of it and that, because and time not being real, and we all lived everything before already. So any moment of that stuff, I'm always ooh,
yeah.
Ooh,
I remember I did that.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
the cat in the
remember
Matrix.
How fun it was. Yeah, deja vu scares me a bit more. So I don't know how you feel about it, Bryan, but just the whole idea of I dreamt about this, I predicted it, and now it's happening, and I can't do anything to stop it. What does it mean? That you're doing the right thing, or that your life is totally out of your control?
Oh,
What would you say?
What would I say?
Yeah.
I say it's probably somewhere in between that. I don't try to see it in positive or negative way. I just try to see it as a thing that exists. It doesn't mean anything to me other than it's fucking cool as fuck when it happens. You know what I mean? I try not to think of the outcome, which is a lame answer, honestly.
But it's a true answer.
But that's how I feel about
the
it.
truest answers are lame, bro.
Because sometimes I just try to be emotionless about as much stuff as I can. I remember recently we have a show, Idiots United, shout out Idiots United, at Sunset Lounge in Fullerton. And I lost my weed. So the next day I had to go back there, and I never go there during the day. You know what I mean? And I went there, and I went to go check my weed, where my weed was, which is behind this little thing. And I looked back at the bartender, and she was walking up to me, and the way she was walking up to me, and then that bartender was sitting there, and then the people that were there, and then what was on the TVs, I remember it in a dream,
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, I did this already. I know I did this already.
I watched the trailer for this trauma.
Yeah, exactly. And I asked her, do you guys find any weed? And I already knew she was gonna say no. You know what I mean? And it could be not real, but I believe that I was real. But I don't think of it as anything other than oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you don't think you're the second coming of the Messiah or anything.
Yeah.
You're
or that I'm doomed or something. You know what I mean? Because both are super problematic. There's narcissism is also self-consciousness. You know what I mean? Being self-conscious is also being oh my god, everyone hates me. Everyone it's
100%.
I'm the victim of everyone.
Main character syndrome.
And it could work either way. You could be oh, I'm the best or I'm the worst.
It's worth savoring the moment, because the last thing you want to do is hacerte el oso. That's today's que dicha. That's right, we're bringing it back. Que dicha, today's phrase of the day. I'll try to use it a couple times. It's called hacer el oso. For those of you who are light-skinned like me and don't know what that might mean, unless if you got hit in the head a couple times by a croc, hacer el oso is a phrase that's different colloquially, but for Colombians, when my mom says, ay, que oso, that means you're making an idiot of yourself. You're making a fool. You're being alborotado, you're just being stupid. Thank you. I'll never be here again.
That's fun.
But I guess that's something that's worth asking. Mario, you're from a Latin American country.
He better be, motherfucker.
I don't know
Why is he
how
on
to
the fucking
say,
podcast?
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know where you're from without saying I don't know where you're
You know
from.
where I'm from. I'm Mexican.
Okay.
I'm Mexican.
That was easy enough.
Shout out
I should
Mexico.
have.
Shout out Mexico. My mom's dad is from like Sonora area, so like southern Mexico, southern Arizona, northern Sonora area.
Oh yeah.
My dad's from like Guadalajara.
Sick.
Right on.
Yeah,
And your mom?
and like both my grandmas are from America though. They're from New Mexico and like Fillmore in the middle of California, Central Cal, baby. Let's go.
I will say though,
Yeah.
at that point, if you're from New Mexico and you're great anything, I'm assuming you were.
Yeah. Well,
For
that's
sure.
the thing about like I mean, Colombian's a little different than like Mexican.
A lot different, for sure.
Because like we're like on the same like pretty much area that we've come from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really I've never felt like this wasn't like where I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never felt
That
like
is an
really-
interesting point. Yeah, you've never really, if anything, the land's been taken from you guys.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, like-
we're encroaching on Mexican land.
Right. Like the I always thought of like the idea of like the separation of like Native American and Mexican was like a construct of like the colonial class. Like,
Yeah.
White Europeans.
Absolutely.
So that they would be like, oh no, this is a Mexican state. This is a whole different state that is like sophisticated. And then like these tribal people, they haven't been working together for thousands of years. No,
Exactly.
they're different. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they clearly don't know.
Yeah, no, these foods are from Spaniards. These foods are from the mountains. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like and culture like our culture is like we're still very colorist. So we were like Mexicans are down to like put down dark skin like Indian foods. You know what I mean? They're down to like support white skinned people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's very complex. You know what I mean? I mean that's I guess what the
You guys
point
are
of this.
very friendly for being another sort of chapter of what could be considered Native American, Because, like,
Yeah.
in a way, you're not, Native, you're not that label,
No.
having your family or your origins be of that, but it's like,
Well,
well,
I mean,
shit, why aren't Mexicans just called Americans? And why are Colombians called Americans? And why aren't we all just more accepting of the fact that the U.S. is the newest kid on the block and the rest of the continent hates us?
Yeah.
Hates U.S.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
Is that from a place of goodwill, do you think? Like
what?
As somebody who has family in Mexico, given the opportunity, if there is a war between Mexico and the USA, the United States would get their asses beat, because like Mexico's just like got so much more like truth to it, right? Like they're not afraid to be saying, hey, we're all sorts of things. We're not perfect.
I don't know, man. You guys got a bunch of weapons, bro. Nerds won and they built a bunch of bombs.
That's true. Some
Nerds won
Oppenheimer
and
shit.
they built a bunch. Yeah, dude. Like whoever has like the ability to control like computers and shit is gonna be able to like ground warfare is gonna be tough. Yeah, in any generation, but only when people have like the stockpile of weaponry like the U.S.
You guys
and
been
like,
watching a lot of war games, is it?
dude, I like not that I like it, but I've always been interested in like international politics and like history and stuff.
Okay.
So like, Mexico, it would be a hell of a war, dude. But like the Mexican government is so in the pocket of the U.S. government, it's like doesn't even matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all of NATO, all of this, like Canada, America, U.S. and like Mexico, like they're like we're packed. They're gonna go to war with whoever. They don't give a fuck. They're together for whatever economic interest there is.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I'm getting schooled not by one, but by two real Latinos. This is amazing.
I didn't even say anything.
No, but you nodded.
But
I saw you nod, and you were like,
he's not lying,
You
bro.
tell him,
He's
Mario.
vibing.
You tell
It
him.
also
No.
could be the funky beats in the
No,
background.
but
It is funky beats.
I feel like I got schooled after school. Yeah.
No.
But that makes sense. Does make sense. Yeah, like there's already that agreement anyway. I guess I don't know. Like for me and Bryan, like a big topic we try to discuss is like, what does it really mean to say, oh, I'm Colombian? And should we even like be more focused on that, or focus on the individuality that comes from that being a petal of our flowers?
A lip of our pussies.
A stem of our leaf,
Very
you know?
metaphorical.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I try not to think about it.
Okay.
I try not to think about it.
Do you feel like others may try to think that of you whenever they see you on stage? Because like nobody
Sure.
ever thinks I'm Colombian, and I hate it.
Yeah,
But people-
you made a whole podcast for it.
Yeah, literally.
This is my Spike cast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
before Danny started going to therapy, this was his therapy.
Yeah,
sure.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is good therapy.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
not. This is good.
We
I'm
wipe
not. I'm
the
not
cameras down with
criticizing
my
it at all.
tears, but like I mean, no, because it's just like I imagine you have to acknowledge it at some point when you're on stage, right? Like people, they have
You know,
questions, or do you disregard?
Sometimes I bring. I don't know. I bring it up casually. Like I don't hide. I don't like not say like, oh, I'm Mexican or whatever. But I mean, people probably assume it naturally. But like I don't know. I don't know. I never really think about it too much. Like I never go into a set being like, oh, like to like I'm the Mexican guy. You know what I mean?
Right,
I'm like I'm
yeah.
the comic, and I'm thinking about comedy stuff. I'm not really thinking about like racial stuff.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
like of course like I'm thinking like if I going up in front of like a white audience and I know that like I'm not necessarily thinking that they're gonna see me as the Mexican food, but I'm looking at the comic before me to see what kind of people they are. If they are a little Republican, if they are a little like liberal, like what do they feel like, you know? And then I adjust from there. But it's never from like a point of like I've kind of I don't know I've kind of gotten over like the idea that I'm like the Mexican guy in the room. You know what I mean?
That's
now I'm
good.
just like a comic now.
That's good.
You know?
Good, yeah.
Like I like my, you know, not that I don't do stuff about being Mexican, but most of it, and you know me, like I'm a dirty comic too. So I do crowd work and I talk about pussy. You know what I mean? It's not like a
Sure.
super complicated thing. I like to have, you know, fun doesn't have a race.
It's universal.
That was probably that was gay.
Your
But
jokes
whatever.
are universal.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I mean they're universal, but like I'm not to display that I'm Mexican, because I have a bunch of Mexican jokes too. You know what I mean? Just because it's like also part of my experience, but it's never like in the forefront. The forefront is like I gotta be as funny as possible. I need to figure out how to be as funny as possible right now. Like that's kind of like
Something about my head reminds me that when I first met you, I always thought you were kind of Afghani first.
dude.
Like
That's
a Mexican
awesome.
of the East.
Well,
you
I
know?
do always wear hoodies, and that is like burqa chic. You know what I
They
mean?
kind of hide a lot.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
kind of hide a lot. Yeah, but I remember I went through I was me and Bryan were out here rocking legs. I remember during a couple summers ago
Sure.
when you guys were doing that park mic.
Oh,
yeah.
Remember that?
yeah.
That was fun. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
But I was mad homeless attire then too. But I just love hoodies.
How Mexican did you grow up?
How Mexican did you grow up? My mom liked the
did you go
Dodgers.
to- right, yeah. Did you have, quinceañeras every year? Did you have carne asadas? Like, did you
Yeah.
have a virgen in your house? Did
speak
you have a
Spanish?
Bible?
I don't speak Spanish.
Okay.
no.
Wow.
My mom speaks Spanish, and my dad kind of speaks Spanish, and my sister kind of speaks Spanish.
And you were born here, right?
I was born in Bellflower, California.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Bellflower
Shout out
Stand-Up
Bellflower,
Comedy
stand-up
Club.
comedy club. Dude, I always bring that shit up. And I'm like,
Yeah,
my mama
you
was,
already know what's
my
up.
mama
You
was
already know
split
what's up. They
pussy to
need more
butthole here.
Were you,
club.
I mean, when you went to
Great
school,
club.
was it a
All Mexican
all
foods and
Mexicans?
Filipinos.
And like maybe one or two white guys?
Dude, we had one white guy, and we fucking picked on him so much,
Oh, no,
and
really?
like bullied him, but we didn't know why.
The white guy was the black sheep.
Yeah, dude, the black and blue sheep. You know? No, but like we didn't like it was never explicit. Like we were picking on him because his name was Cody and he was the white kid. We just thought he was weird, but because we were all Mexican for this, so we all fucking hated that guy.
Yeah.
But it wasn't any like it was. Maybe it was like subconscious somehow. You know what I mean? But like I remember Cody. Shout out Cody.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Hope you're
dude.
good out there, Cody.
He probably fucking kill me one day. Nah, I mean we're kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
you
we
know.
all hated that boy.
Watch
Look-
that Cody be Frankie Muniz is Cody Banks, international superstar.
Dude, maybe. Yeah. No.
As far as like one of the things that because I'm from the East Coast, so
Yeah.
when you come out here, you learn a lot about Chicano culture.
Yeah.
Brown, kind of pride, and in that, but you also have another faction of it where it's a lot of Hispanic people either emulating or associating themselves with the black culture.
Yeah, sure.
How was your school? Was it kind of broken? Like, was it, how much
Yeah.
of your school was surfer guy. Because I can imagine even if it was all brown. Because I grew up in an all white town with all white people, and I was a brown guy. So the culture I grew up
and where again? Virginia.
In Virginia, in like a tiny little redneck town.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, so it's
I can never imagine.
The culture I grew up with was very much like camo.
Yeah,
football, like country, country strong, country proud. So I'm just wondering, because again, you're one of the reasons that I really enjoy you as a comic, and I find myself every time I'm on a lineup, or when I used to find myself on lineups before I gave up that life to be a bartender. But those were those things that I always felt a little bit extra pushed on, because I was like, we had who else? We had Isaac on,
you're talking about Lucas.
And
we had Lucas Mateos, we had Steph Turan.
And I asked them when they came on here, I was like, how much of that is you on stage? How much of it is required of you to go up there and be like, well, I'm a Colombian guy, I'm a Puerto Rican guy, or whatever, I'm a Mexican guy, everything, and you don't really do that. When you were talking right now, I was like, okay, cool, that confirms what I was thinking, which is the end all be all goal is be funny, and like I find it, you see guys like Barbosa and like the rest of these dudes right now who are kind of writing on, and like they're writing very, and it makes sense, right? Theoretically you go out there and identify as the biggest means of, kind of production, which is like the Hispanic crowd. But it's like, for me personally, I didn't grow up in a household like you did, where you're saying it is kind of Mexican, but you still choose not to. And I ask myself, I wonder, it's like, for the most part, someone who may have grown up in your particular situation, that would be their leg, that would be that'd be how they would eat. They'd go on stage and be like, oh, no, Mexican, it's like, and that would be their full 10-15 minutes, just kind of like what George Lopez did, what Barbosa does, like what a lot of these guys do, which isn't necessarily wrong, because that's what you know growing up. But you grew up like that, but do you consciously make the decision to go up? It has to be. You just said it yourself. You're like, I just need to go up there and be funny. It doesn't matter what I throw. Yeah,
but I wouldn't say it's conscious necessarily. Like I don't choose to not do it. It just doesn't come up in my head.
Right. It's a tool. It's just, like you said, you see a crowd and you're like, that might work later on if I.
Yeah, if the conversation, because I try to be very conversational. If it goes that way, it goes that way. You know what I mean?
But it's never your first thought to go on stage and be like, hey, fucking.
Yeah. I mean, it is like the new Mexican foods that are doing it. They're doing it well because they're very authentically them.
Because that's how they grew up.
That's how they grew up.
That's why I'm fascinated by you, because you sound like you may have had almost the same kind of, or at least a touch more than, let's say, me and Danny, who grew up in. Well, Danny even had, your mom had.
My family
your family's pretty Colombian.
They worked really hard to raise me like that, to raise me Colombian, but like I still grew up like Bryan.
So that's also the opposite example of it, where he grew up Colombian, but Danny couldn't pretend to be Colombian to be his life.
That's interesting. If I think about it right now, like I identify, like you said earlier, like with Chicano, like Chicanoism, you know what I mean? Like, cause my dad served in the army, in the American army. Like they I just want to say,
thanks to him.
My father was,
in the Mexican army. American army.
Service,
He was in surfer Indonesia.
Coast Guard.
My father is a Korean man. He had to go back and serve. No. So he was in the army, and like my mom like loves America, but they're both very like, they identify with like Chicano culture, like oldies, the Dodgers, like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Lowriders, like car culture, like football. We love football too. You know what I mean? Like my dad still talks about like Ballin Park won like CIF back in the day when he was there, and he's still like, it was like a Mexican team, So it's like, it wasn't like I didn't know Mexican was different than anything. I thought everyone was Mexican.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So that's why I think when I go on stage, I don't think of myself as, I just think of myself as normal, and everyone is normal. Because I didn't have white people. We didn't grow up with any white people.
100%.
There was no difference really. Like if anything, there's a difference between like a Mexican American foods and then people that just got like newer immigrants. You know what I mean? Like paisas, what they would call them back in the day. Like, and if anything, that was like the difference. Like my cousins, their father is from Mexico, and like the difference between our families, like they were super Mexican, and our families, like we, like we like 4th of July, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
they would always go for the summer, they would go back to Mexico, and then we would like, you know, go to the public pool, you know what I mean? Like we, you know, it was just a different kind of vibe, like, you know, and it wasn't like conscious at all. It was just like, that's just what like my mom and my dad were doing. Like they were like, you know, they're kind of trying to assimilate. That's just how they were. Like they, you know,
Would
they
you say
grew up in the Reagan era. You know what I
Did
mean?
you guys go to church?
Go to church every Sunday. Yeah, you
it's
know
so
what I mean?
interesting
Catholic.
because you it's cool because it's like we all come from these things where we could have easily gone on stage and been like you grew up in a full Colombian household, but when you get on stage, nobody knows you're Colombian, and you grow up in a fully basically Mexican Chicano household, but you go up there and you don't. That isn't kind of like the first kind of target, you know what I mean? Like which, you know, theoretically. So it's, I don't know, comedically, it's very interesting because it's like, is it the smarter thing to do or is it the more challenging thing to do? You know what I mean? Like
I would stand up, like I never thought about it. Like now for years, like I've known stand up for 6 years now. I've known you guys for fucking like 3-4 years now.
2020.
You know, 2020.
Vicky's.
So it's like I never thought about stand up other than like I need to be as funny as possible. So whatever mechanism gets me to funny, like if I have a joke about being Mexican, that's funny, I'll tell that joke. If I have a joke about fucking my car doesn't start, I have to push start it. You know what I mean? That like whatever is happening,
Sure.
that's what's like I try not, again, like the deja vu. I try to take no choice in what's happening. I just want to fucking try to be a vessel for it.
Yeah,
know?
be in character. Yeah.
Yeah, not even character. I mean, I try not even think about it as character. Like
That's a good point.
Like I don't want to get preachy, but like stand-ups, like we kind of have to like. I looked at the camera because I got self-conscious. No, like I want to think about myself. Let's start there. I want to think about myself as an artist.
Yeah.
And like I want to be, and like if I do think about myself like that, then my fucking tool is comedy, is funny. So I want to be like a vessel for funny. Like I don't care really about anything else really. Yeah, not that's gay.
I wanted to break up the tension.
No.
But I absolutely, and you know, I think it's just cool, you know, that's kind of the thinking so far in that regard, and I wanted to know a little bit more, I guess, as far as how you grew up, because we never have had a chance to kind of like talk about that.
Yeah.
So. But you know what, Danny, let's get into some of the stuff that you have written down here, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, just so you get an idea.
Here, hit this.
Okay,
go ahead and hit, shout out.
Dead air.
Is her name, shout out to, what is it, Shirley? I keep forgetting the name of the bong here.
Oh, to Ripley.
Ripley. All right. Well,
It's Ripley the Bong.
in Ripley, this is the Ripley News Network.
Ripley News Network.
Here we are, and we're here to talk about some news, namely Zeus, also known as Juan Carlos Rodriguez, just escaped from Cucuta jail during a tropical storm with 21 other inmates. He was known as a retired army major who had been connected to the now defunct Norte del Valle cartel, and he was arrested just not too long ago because he was trying to transport explosives and other ammo to illegal armed groups. He's something of a double crosser. He's been both a National Army Special Force man, if that's a word, and also a collaborator in many scandals, including how the National Army was also supportive of the war between the mafia boss Don Diego and his fellow capo Jabon. I don't know why a capo's named after soap, but that's what they said.
Give me the news.
And there was a rumor that he even tried to assassinate the journalist Ricardo Calderón. I think the most common thing I find whenever I read Colombian news is that it's not really that boring. Like, it sounds like it's just extended episodes of Narcos or whatever. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about this gangster that also worked for the government?
Most do.
Most do? I guess that's true. We have some skeevy people in government right now.
I mean, the only way you could be like a true gangster is to not get arrested. The only way to not get arrested is if you're the people that do the arresting. So, like, you know.
Facts.
Like, what do you think about? What do you think gangsters are like? That's a better question.
That's a
you
great
know what
question.
I mean?
So,
Like-
we've watched a little bit of Pablo Escobar.
Sure.
And then, we've watched a little bit of Griselda. And one thing that I don't think makes them gangsters is how much they care about their family. Like actual family, not talking about their coworkers, like their family members. Because I
Yeah.
think if you were ruthless enough, you'd be a gangster by sacrificing your family. I don't know if anybody's done that in Colombia. I don't know if anybody's done that in Mexico. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I don't think Latin people are gangsters like that. I think we're good people,
Of course. Everyone's good people, but every people have gangsters.
especially drug lords.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that how we're categorizing gangsters? People that sell drugs?
Yeah, is that what makes a gangster? You did.
Because then, like, the Purdue family should be gangsters. The Vanderbilts,
That's a
like the
good
people
point.
that,
Yeah,
that
the
control
Koch-
pharmaceuticals.
the DuPonts.
The DuPonts.
Yeah.
The Koch brothers.
Yeah.
Like the weapons manufacturers.
the guy that the Jinx is about.
Mr. Walgreens himself.
Yeah. The In-N-Out family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking Wiener Schnitzel.
Dwayne Reed.
Who the fuck is that?
I mean, that's like a
that's a New York-
7-Eleven.
that's a New York.
7-Eleven.
New
All
York
right,
7-Eleven.
next question.
Yeah.
aren't
So
even
no.
questions.
So gangsters are bad.
Gangsters are bad.
Of all kinds. All kinds of gangsters.
Unless if you're being gangster, that's a whole different thing.
Well, if you're being gangsta, that's different.
That's allowed.
Now we're talking different things.
Yeah.
Talking
Every-
different linguas.
Colloquially. Colloquially.
I'm haciéndome un elso.
Okay, there you
Oh.
go.
Being
There
a
you go.
bear,
Boom.
Being a dumb.
You're a twink. You're
I'm
not a
fool.
bear.
I don't know about that.
You've never been a bear.
Let's move on to the next
Goddamn
headline
life.
here. Here's something exciting, Brian. Apparently, the Rosario Islands, actually somewhat southwest of Cartagena, their national park is finally able to be open for tourism after 500 years of no viable way to bring anybody but criminals and conquistadors
To the island?
to the island. So the Rosario Islands are an archipelago off the coast of Cartagena. They haven't been made available to the public for 500 years because of war, because of refuge, and because it's just overall been like something of a dangerous safe space,
Yeah, here, hit this.
All 27 islands, I'm good on that. All 27 islands have been collected by the authority to put an end to illegal occupation. It was the Caribbeans that lived here first, but then once the Spanish crown took over Cartagena as a major port of slave trade, it became something of a safe haven for them and for Africans, all sorts of people of color. They stayed there. They crashed on the Rosario Islands because those conquistadors really wanted to cheese them.
Wanted to choose him.
This would be the case until the 19th century when the revolutionaries would abolish slavery, kick out those Spanish assholes, and make the island state property. But even then, there was still controversy. For instance, there's a land agency now out of business, Encoder. This company, Encoder, would go ahead and lease Isla Maya Yura to Pablo Escobar himself to hide away when things got too hot and heavy on the mainland. That company would go ahead and lend it to several different people of note until as early as 2007. 42 illegal lease contracts. I don't know how to read. Later.
And yet you chose to write out a
Well, I'm just trying to be
7-page essay.
prepared. This is a big episode. I want to
You
hear
wrote
his
stuff
hot
down.
takes on this. I want to hear his
Damn.
hot takes. Point is that they had eventually dismantled, and as recently as 2016, they've been totally discontinued. So, Rosario Islands, it's going to be open to educate the public about how to save the environment and keep those coral reefs and fun fishies safe from extinction. So,
That's gonna be destroyed instantly.
you think Rosario Islands is going to be like the next Fort Lauderdale?
bro? That's gonna be gone.
Yeah, man. The only
Yeah.
reason they did that is so they could build condos.
Yeah,
on the fucking
dude.
thing, bro.
Fire
They're
Festival.
hurting, bro.
Fire Festival's moving there.
500 years. We haven't been there in 500 years. There's nowhere the U.S. has not been in 500 years. It's bullshit.
That's crazy.
I kinda
Who
just-
has it? Who would it like? Why would that?
What is this, Oak Island?
Yeah, let's just like Epstein Island.
How many people from the U.S. actually have gone to the Galapagos Islands? 'Cause
I mean,
that's
probably
where I
like
wanna go.
researchers, and then like before that, like.
Old fuckboys and
Well,
their
it's wherever there's resources. I don't want to be too down on the U.S. empire, but
Yeah, we're very pro U.S. fucking show, dog. Listen to the rifle birds.
man.
oh, that's cool.
Only days after Earth Day too.
You know,
Do
I
think-
love the American people. I don't like any national government.
Yeah.
Like any national government. All national governments are bad. Any people that use violence, like the army and cops against people for property, are bad. And that's what like modern national governments are. They're pretty much just protect property.
Yeah.
So all forms of it. So like, I love Mexico and Mexicans, but I don't like the nation of Mexico. Like they're corrupt as fuck. You know, like the U.S. Just like pretty much all like
major
governments go right now and like the capitalists. Like you know,
we need to go back to like a tribal system.
Well, I mean, something like that. Something that's more localized. You know what I mean? Where people can choose what happens to them closer. You know, instead of this big kind of idea, like I'm voting for shit somewhere else. You know what I mean?
No, I agree, 100%.
That doesn't really make any sense.
I know a lot of the times the big argument is like, well, the Native Americans were killing each other, you know, for thousands of years, and there were hundreds and thousands of tribes of them. And I'm like, yeah, but they probably were fucking chill, dude. Like, they probably were fine, dude. Like,
dude, there's a whole theory. Like, I love that idea. Like, there's a whole theory. Like, that's the idea of savages. They like that
West, that like the East created when they came over. Like what
like
Spanish did. They're all monsters and savages. Yeah.
Exactly. But when they got here, like the people that were studying science, because they did study science and they had political theorists too.
Yeah,
so when they got there, they're like, these actually systems are pretty sophisticated systems. They're not savages. They have like their social constructs are very tight, and they have very like well developed like civilizations, even if they're small, you know. And like people that seen that, the intellectuals that seen that in the New World, took it back to Europe, and that's kind of like they say like that's like the birth of like the ideas of the Enlightenment, where people were like, we don't need kings and queens. We can kind of work together to create
French democracy.
society. Yes, exactly. Like the idea of the earliest ideas of
how ironic.
Yeah, absolutely. And they did and almost not even ironic, because they did it on purpose, pretty much. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be savages, and so we can take their shit, and then but also we're gonna learn from them because we know how smart they are. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
And then we're gonna rebrand it as like white people being like super smart. Like, we're over God now. We killed God. 'Cause that's what the Enlightenment is. Enlightenment's like, yo, God's fucking stupid.
God
like,
is dead.
Man can do that shit now. It's our turn. That's what, you know, kind of gave birth to Manifest Destiny, all that shit. So
Danny.
Yeah, so we're kind of in that place right now. You know what I mean? Of like man over God, man over earth type shit.
Skyscrapers higher than the fucking churches.
Yeah, and consumer and almost like metaphoric skyscrapers, because that is kind of what wealth is in a way. It's this like invisible like abundance that you're just gathering these like you know, they're just gluttonous people that are like hoarding resources that you can't even see. They're not even tangible. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason why everyone's struggling and other people aren't. You know what I mean? Like it's like, not that in a perfect world it wouldn't happen anyways, but you know, it's happening at an extreme right now, and it's very clear. I would think, in my opinion, my humble opinion. I just do comedy. I tell pussy jokes at bars. I go to bars and do pussy jokes.
That's some truth, though. That's some real truth right there.
I used to love politics and shit before I started doing comedy hard. Like I used to love political theory, but it leads nowhere unless you're like for real down to just go fucking rob a bank and like steal people's property. Yeah. Like the only way that's why the police exist, because they know that like if someone goes occupies a hotel that no one stays at for homeless people, then the police are gonna come and beat the shit out of them. That's why the police exist. You know, so like, and the only way to really enact change is to go occupy a hotel where no one stays and give it to homeless people. You know what I mean? Like
you have to enact an action for other actions to happen.
So
that's why.
So once I got to that point, I was like, I'm either gonna fucking go to jail or I'm gonna be like, I can't even think about it because it's gonna, you know, it'll hurt my feelings.
Sure.
Yeah.
Get suckered in.
Yeah.
The corruption could get to you, or it could swallow you alive.
It could swallow you alive, and you know, I'd rather be goofy. I'd rather be funny.
It's more fun.
It's more fun, dude. I'm not like Bernie broke me and I'm done, dude. Bernie broke me, bro.
broke me.
Bernie broke me. I remember crying when he fucking like conceded to Hillary Clinton. I remember at the fucking convention, I like literally was like,
Oh, you were that
Solid.
down for him, huh?
dude, I had hope, dude. I had hope. I was getting really into politics. I was like the first election I ever cared about.
Man,
That's crazy.
tough.
I thought you were talking about Bernie Mac for a second. I was like,
I love Bernie Mac too.
could you imagine Bernie Mac like going up to Hillary? Just,
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
I'll take this election.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. That's what Bernie should have done, bro. Bernie should have hit a
channeled
Bernie Mac and went up to, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. And then he gets murdered like Bernie Mac.
I'm not scared of you, Bernie. You're just being possessed by a demon. He's a revenant. He's a loser.
You're just
He's
being
not even
possessed by
alive.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah, it's top notch
Fuck.
Trump right there.
That's
bro.
fun. That's a fun idea. Bernie Sanders possessed by Bernie Mac debating Donald Trump. Damn, that's awesome. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
All right, what's your next question, Danny?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, these aren't even really questions. Like I said, just like news bulletins.
Hey, can you read one that's even longer?
These aren't, like I said, these aren't questions. But I'll say this.
I think we all could agree that we want longer storylines.
I'm sorry. Again, this is.
I feel like you're reading me the fucking
This is Caldo
script
news.
to a.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what I think of Shakira's recent album, just very briefly. Her album Las Mujeres. Ya no Jordan, shut up. I'm trying
Danny,
to be
I
short.
thought you were gonna have like stories about like Mexican and Colombian relationships, like.
Well, but that's just it. It's just
Well,
like
Shakira, I guess I thought she was Mexican forever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well then,
See,
Danny, I
again,
apologize. You go
again,
ahead and
yeah.
educate this.
How
young
dare
man.
you doubt?
No, the first
the
two. No, you're
Casa
right.
also?
No,
Ah.
Brian, I can see what you're saying for the first two.
Yeah, I thought like he would have questions related to
this-
you
well-
or stories.
Well, but
This
that's
one
just
makes
it.
sense.
That's just it. I didn't know up until now how closely you connected with Mexican culture. So it's almost like
Yeah.
if you don't know about that,
I'm
I can't be
Mexican,
like,
dude.
oh, this thing happened.
I'm Mexican.
I know, but I don't
Yeah.
want to be like, oh, this thing happened in Cancun.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you feel about that, resident Mexican? You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if that would be offensive, but if you have any news,
No.
besides the fact that the big volcano blew up in Mexico recently,
Whoa.
you didn't know about that?
I did not.
Yeah.
No, we can also read your stuff. I don't care.
I think we're doing fine as far as I'm concerned.
think I know.
I mean,
This
I
is-
want to. I mean, you're talking about enlightenment. We want to share a little bit of like understanding with you, and we've got a
course,
quiz
of
actually prepared after I read you about this Mexican.
I would
volcano.
like to like the idea of like no, never mind. Cool. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it.
I hate that. You got to finish your thought. If you start it,
Okay.
that's one
Well-
rule of this house. Finish your
Well,
thoughts.
one of my biggest pet peeves with people that talk about Mexican people is how they say like Mexico is like super violent and stuff.
Okay.
That like really makes me mad.
Yeah?
See, I think that's what I
Yeah.
would have been
I get a
afraid of
little
doing.
nervous about Mexico. I'll be the first one to admit it, bro. Like I've never
Yeah.
gone to Mexico because I get a little nervous. I'm gonna get fucking beat up, like or
Yeah.
like fucking like.
Well,
Dissuade me.
I'm more scared
Make
of
me
the water.
comfortable
The
with
water
being
is
amongst
what
my
I'm more
people,
scared
dog.
of.
I want to go. The surf out there is supposedly amazing.
Oh, that's right. You do surf.
I surf, yes, but no, like okay, let's take the point of that Mexico is violent.
Okay.
Let's take that point.
Well, I guess. Okay, go ahead.
What's
let's
your
just take this.
counterpoint?
Let's just take this
Let's
point.
hear it.
Mexico is violent. Okay, are Mexicans inherently violent? Is that the next? Like that takes us to this point. Are Mexicans inherently violent?
No.
No.
I don't know.
So if Mexico's violent, but Mexicans aren't inherently violent, why is Mexico violent?
I blame the corrupt system, man.
Exactly.
Events are happening
And-
to disturb the peace.
And there's a reason why that these cartel foods are able to run the government is because they're getting weapons from American weapons dealers.
Yeah,
obviously
100%.
they're armies.
So you're right. It's America's fault that I'm
It's-
scared to go into Mexico.
And it's militarization's fault
Yeah.
that you're afraid to go anywhere.
Okay.
Like it,
fair.
you know, like it's not like we can't keep being like, oh, Mexico's so violent, and it's like what do we see on our TVs here every day? Like
Yeah.
like it gets me so pissed off.
Okay. I fucking
because violence is such like it's like a big deal. And it's a big deal when it happens, and it's a big deal when it's put on someone.
Yeah.
Someone that is like, if you label someone violent, that's a big deal. You know, and that's why, like, you know, national governments are so important, because they're the only people that have a legitimate claim to violence. If the cops want to kill you, they can. That's their given right by the state. You know, so that's why violence is so important. Like that's all national government is like who can inflict violence and who can't. They can inflict violence, we cannot. You know what I mean? So like there is a society in theory that the police, like if you're trying to raise rent on a bunch of people, the police come and arrest you. There's a idea that like if you're trying to charge up food prices, the police come and arrest you. That's like the state working for regular like poor people. Whether we have now is like this state working for property owners and corporations. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So Mexico's not violent. Everywhere's fucking violent.
Hey,
I
guys.
feel
Grow
that
the
same
fuck up.
way. I feel
We're in the
that same
fucking
way.
modern age. Everywhere's violent.
Hell yeah, bro.
Take the fucking unisex tampon out. Take your unisex tampon out and let's get to work, boys.
Yeah, everyone's violent.
Some days I would like to say I even identify more as a Floridian than I do a Colombian. And that shit happens to Florida as well. They don't understand. There's this journalistic law that I paraphrasing, but basically it's that the journalists are allowed at the courthouse and in the courthouse to go ahead and report the news. You know, so they get the first scoop. Most states don't get that, and that's why everybody hears crazy news out of Florida, because their journalists are on their game, getting the story as it's happening.
Yeah, I feel like I would love Florida.
Florida's great.
I feel like I would love Florida.
Oh, you'd love it. I think you'd thrive for
Dude,
sure in
Florida
Tampa
sounds
or
sick,
Miami. Like, you know, those are happening towns.
Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, like I know what you're saying though. Like I feel more Californian than anything. You know what I mean?
'Cause
Southern
it's
California.
just how you're growing up, you know.
Yeah, it's and it's like what's like that's one thing that I think because I moved to Kansas after high school
Oh shit.
for college.
Kansas.
And then it was totally different. I learned what white people were. I learned what like other parts of the country was, and I was like, oh, I'm not this, dude. Oh hell no, I'd rather go back, you know.
Right. Yeah.
To fucking, I didn't know I was in LA. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't know. Like we didn't know. We were just like, fuck, like we're gonna go into downtown. That's like fucking an hour. I'm not gonna go, like, you know, why am I gonna go downtown? Like it's so
Right.
busy. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you never like why are you like my friend had a Frank Uloa has a good bit about this about like we're from here, so it's like
Frank.
why would you ever go to like Hollywood? Like when like if you would tell us like we're going to Hollywood, we'd be like why? Like
Yeah.
you know, like what are you gonna do in Hollywood? Like it's fucking dirty, it's gross. Like what
Yeah.
the fuck are you gonna do with
And
that?
it's not till you actually leave the bubble that you realize, oh my God, there's 1,000 people trying to fight their way to this fucking godforsaken city.
And then you do like that's why when I was introduced to like stand up, I was like I seen all like people because my first mic was Flappers, so I seen like Burbank and like Flappers how come all these foods from like Indiana and like Virginia and like Florida.
It's the nexus point for like the melting pot that our nation's supposed to be promoting. So everybody from everywhere is coming to LA, but because there's too many people in LA, barely anybody makes it.
Well, it's not
in
just
LA.
that, but it's just like sometimes you'll meet fools out here who like have never left their block. You know, like
Yeah.
I used to work with a dude who had never left his block. Was 33 years old and had never left the 5-block radius of
That's
his
one
fucking
thing, never
house.
to leave the state, but never
Like
leave
had
the
never
block.
gone to certain places in California, never had gone to fucking
Yeah.
San Diego, had never gone to
God
fucking
damn.
San Francisco. So a dude who lived here for 33 years, bro, and never
Yeah.
left. And they're fucking locals who just live that life until they leave. And then once they leave and they realize the rest of the country is cornfields, then they're like, oh,
They're like,
wow,
oh,
like
fuck.
they're dumb out there. And that's why dumb people come here. And then this whole area just becomes a fucking
Oh yeah.
field of dumb, delusional people. you
Yeah,
know?
I never understood really Hollywood growing up. I didn't really get it. I always thought TV was really far. It was always something else. You know, I never, even like in my 20s when I wanted to start doing stand-up, I was like, I don't even know how to start. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know, which is like everyone's kind of experience in every city, I feel. But like as a guy that's like literally in like LA, like fucking 30 minutes from downtown, 40 minutes from downtown, like I was fucking stupid. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, but you know
Yeah.
what? You're living pure. You know what I mean? It's like nobody really realizes.
Doing
how close
cocaine,
they're-
working in a warehouse. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're 100%.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, some
Beautiful
people,
days.
again, it's like you meet a lot of people out here who are just plumbers and shit. And it's like,
They're the funniest motherfuckers.
they're the funniest
They're
dudes
the
in the world.
funniest motherfuckers.
And like the people who are like, oh, wow, like you're so smart, you're so funny, why don't you do this? They're like, why? I'm a fucking plumber. Like, why do I want to go in? So yeah, it is very interesting. I always thought this was the only place you could come. At the end of the day in Virginia, I was like, if you're not in fucking Hollywood, you're not fucking doing anything right, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think same here. I never really thought as much about living anywhere else in the North American continent besides Vancouver. I really wanted to move to Vancouver a long time ago.
That's cool.
And I think the reason why is because it's very much like LA. Like you've got mountains, you got water, you've got valleys, you got deserts. Like you got city. For someone from a small town in Orlando, like
Next to the ocean.
it's everything to be a Californian.
Yeah.
So like, no matter how long I live here, I know I'll never be a Californian because Californians are like excited to live here, but they're also like, we know what it's like. Like we're self-aware. We're not corny people, you know?
Yeah.
If you had been aware that Hollywood was this close, do you feel like your career would have started earlier? Do you feel that would have been beneficial for you?
Would you have
on that
wanted to
level?
start your
Hell
career
no.
like that?
No.
Yeah.
I'm
You don't think
I-
you would have been like Chappelle hitting the places at like 14, 16 years
No.
old?
Well,
Like,
he's in New York, or the
I'm
evidence
just
isn't
saying, like
No,
in general.
I'm happy with how everything has worked out. Like I was in high school, I didn't think
All you cared about was being Cody up.
we hated Cody. No, I played football.
Oh,
so all I
okay.
cared about was like going to college and playing football.
Yeah,
That's all I gave a
gotcha.
fuck about. So I like that because it taught me like a lot of good like football has taught me a lot of good like traits of how to manage my time and manage failure and manage expectation and like how to get better at little things every day. You know what I mean? Like that training was like indispensable. You know? So like and like I coached for a little bit. I coached football for a little bit and like managing that and like helping like with kids and like teenagers and shit and like because they're so emotional and I understood that because I'm a very emotional guy, so like helping them being like, yo, it's not a big deal, like you just did this wrong, like, you know what I mean? And in the way I was coaching them without that they were coaching me. You know what I mean? But like for real, like because I would like take like because like the biggest thing is like when you fail, it's like don't freak out, like it's not a big deal, don't freak out, it's not a big deal, like you'll get another one, you'll get another thing, you'll do another thing, like it's not like to look at again, like I guess that's kind of like we come back to like looking at things emotionless, like that happened, that's cool, that's whatever, moving on, you know, like so like that was like I don't know if any like football taught me that, and I'm grateful for my time there, and then worked in a warehouse forever before I did stand up, and I like that was cool, you know. You know, hung out with the boys every fucking weekend, getting hammered in the fucking.
Sounds like life.
It was awesome. It was sick, dude. And now it's cool too, cause I have like a passion, you know, and it's cool. But like, even at the end goal is not like Hollywood. End goal is like I can sell tickets and do like clubs,
Make a living.
do
working
something
comic.
simple, buy a house.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Just literally just live.
Surf, hopefully buy a house like Costa Mesa somewhere, buy my mom a house, you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
buy my mom a car,
I fuck with that.
you know.
It reminds me a lot of what Ralph Barbosa said, I think, to Bert Kreischer at one time when he was on that cast, his podcast. He was saying like how I don't want comedy to be my life. I want to be like a part of my life. Like I want it to be work. And
Yeah.
then when it's time to give it in, then I'll see what else to life there is, you know? And that's that. I think coming from like a place of not taking yourself too seriously, like not like beating yourself up if you don't make those touchdowns in your career.
Nice.
That's important to keep your because that's what I hear about all like
Yeah.
the big guys, you know, like Louis C.K. or Bert. They said that they started getting like better once they realized it doesn't matter that much. Like,
Yeah.
it's just something you do and you have fun with it, but there's also other things. There's relationships, there's family,
Yeah.
there's food, you know.
Oh, I love food.
Yeah.
That's like when I'm learning, as I try to balance this shit, is like surfing helped me out so much.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
that's a hobby.
my mom and my nephew and my niece, like going to see them every once in a while, like that has helped me a lot. You know what I mean? To be like, oh, I'm an uncle. You know what I mean? Also, you know, and then like yeah, like I got into Anthony Bourdain recently, so like
Cool.
learning different food and
Yeah, yeah.
you know, going to
other sauces and shit.
yeah, dude, like, and then like cooking, like what we talked about when we first started, like cooking, going to eat at restaurants with the bros, like, you know, I want to live good life and like, you know, be alive and
live
feel
a
my
long
body,
life.
live a long life.
Yeah, I feel
like,
that.
Like why not, dude? For so long, it's so cool when you're young to be like emo, and be like, God, I want to die.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, get over yourself. Like, you're alive, chill. You know, have fun. Go see a fucking sunset or something.
At some point, you got to go ahead and grasp the day. You know, seize it and just make it yours. Challenge yourself.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe even challenge yourself to a test, an exam. A quiz?
Quiz, maybe?
Okay.
Quiz, maybe?
What a transition,
Let's
dude.
fucking
Danny,
do
you're
it,
on
bro.
point.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he
tell you,
really
man.
is,
You're on
dude.
point, brother.
Hey, man.
You're on point. You did that touchdown thing earlier.
Yeah,
I caught that.
You're
that
doing
was
a good
cool.
job, Danny.
And that transition was seamless. Fucking Bryan on the ones and twos. This is horny. It sounds like the Doors.
Ni Bryan no yo estamos haciendo el oso. That's what it is. We're not being foolish. And we're going to see how smart you are when it comes to guessing answers. We got a multiple choice quiz here for you.
Hey, we'll be guessing. You're right.
And the prize will be an uninterrupted meal of empanadas you can have after the show.
Ayo.
Courtesy of our friends from World Empanadas in Burbank. Sponsor us, please.
Hell yeah. World Empanadas. Come on, man.
No,
Look at these boys.
They're super sick. They got the best empanadas.
They got the best empanadas.
And they also have like pasta now. So
Ooh.
that's cool. Yeah,
that's what I want out of my empanada place.
Pasta, bro. Yeah, right?
That's what I want out of my empanada place.
Wait till they add cheeseburgers.
All right, so Mario, I'm just gonna ask you these quiz questions. If you get above 10 points, 1 point for each question, you'll win that prize of empanadas from World Empanadas. Are you ready to go ahead and take the Colombian quiz?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Question number 1. Of these 3 cities, which is the capital of Colombia? Is it A, Medellin, B, Cali, or C, Bogota?
I would say it is C, Bogota.
Eso es correcto, señor. Ay, ay, ay. Un punto por el señor Rodriguez. That's as Latin as my commentator is gonna get.
Are you guys Catholic, Colombia?
I'm Roman Catholic. I was raised Roman Catholic.
You guys Catholic?
Well, I was adopted, so I was raised Lutheran by my dad's side. But
you guys like black people?
My mom doesn't believe in God. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's pretty fucking gnarly. You know, I had a lot of I had a lot of issues growing up. And like I had a lot of problems drinking until I went to AA, and AA describes finding a God of your own understanding, and I never understood the concept because mom was always like, there is no God, you know, like there's no God, there's nothing, none of it matters.
Crazy
like
to grow up
so
with.
I didn't understand my concept of God. I had no concept of God, you know what I mean? Like
So how different?
Then AA.
Damn, I've never considered that ever in my whole life.
So AA goes, you can find a God of your own understanding, and I was like, oh, God can essentially be anything. It can be whatever. It's everything. So my God of my own understanding is myself, which is the universe experiencing itself every day, which is like theoretically in my mind, you're me and I'm you, you know, and you and I are not necessarily talking within a mirror, but the things that I'm experiencing are the things that you experience within your own time.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, that's my God.
Like,
you know,
God
I stay
created
sober
you
and
in
I do
his
those
image,
things.
that type shit.
Exactly, because it's like the universe is me and I'm the universe, and if I go and I die and I fuck up my universe, then it's essentially over, though theoretically that's not the case.
Yeah.
So it's like, that helped me, and so like now when I talk to my mom, you know what I mean, like I kind of pity her, you know, like
she still don't give a fuck.
she doesn't really, you know, she's moms change as they get
I mean,
older.
what are you gonna talk about?
Yeah, what am I gonna be like?
Yeah. So
Like,
what you think, mom?
yeah, ma, no God now, like, but I don't know. As she gets older, I think, and as you get closer to, as you get closer to the other side of it, I think moms change. But I myself, you know, so it's like as far as God's, but like the Colombian part of my family is Roman Catholic. My mamilera grew up like that. They had a Bible
Yeah.
and the thing, and like I think that's where a lot of my own mom's prejudice is just how hard my mamilera believed.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
and
for
being
sure.
Roman
For
Catholic,
sure.
so whips and everything.
My
So-
parents.
Oh my God.
My parents were both raised Roman Catholic, but for a certain belief I have dear to mine, I think they sound more like Christians. Like they're very, very religious, and
Yeah.
I'm very, very nonchalant with my phrasing. Like I don't know, man. I'll say some dumb shit. I'll be like, the Holy Spirit can suck my dick or whatever.
That's
and,
good.
And then they'll be like, come back to Florida. You're not ready for the big time, you know? Like,
Yeah.
no,
They booked the store. Or what?
no, but I mean, they're polite, they're kind, but like,
I do. I met your parents.
yeah, you met them.
I
huh?
did. I did your roast, and I met the bros.
Oh, you did meet. Yeah, I think you met.
I met your mom and your
You
dad.
met my mom and my dad.
if you know what I mean.
Let's
I
go.
mean,
Your
they're
mom
hot,
and your
dude.
dad.
They're
All
hot.
right. We'll
They're
get on
hot.
to question number 2 here.
Daddy got hot parents.
Okay.
I know that sex was hot, bro.
Nobody was thinking that. And
I
nobody
was.
I was thinking that.
ever
I
wants
always
to
think
think
about
about
it.
that.
I always think
It's
about
one
it.
thing that people call my mom hot, but my dad hot. Now you're just having
No,
too
I'm
much
saying they're
fun.
hot even more together.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
dude.
goodness.
It gets me going.
What's even hotter is knowing they popped you out, bro.
Oh yeah.
That's what gets it going, dude.
Oh God.
All right.
What's the next one?
Let's see what's at the bottom of those pockets there, kids. Shout out to Pocket Change. What happens to be the currency over here in Colombia? Is it A, oro, B, pesos, or C, diamantes, aka diamonds? What do you think we'd use for exchanging
I think it's A.
services? You think it's A? Ooh, you're wrong, Mario.
Damn.
We are big on gold. I will say that we're one of the top exporters in gold and emeralds, but it's pesos, dude. Come on, it's pesos.
Come on. Well, that's cool.
I don't know any country that of Latin American descent that doesn't use pesos though. Like like the Caribbean, do they use francs or what do they use?
I don't know. I barely have fucking dollars.
Oh, that's true. I
What
barely
the
have
hell am I
weight.
supposed to know what other people are using? I want more dollars.
Yeah.
American bills.
Would you say? Okay, here's a
I'll
question.
take pesos too, just to have in my wallet, like
Yeah.
my grandma gave it to me. Or
You know what?
something.
I'm gonna ask a risky question, so it's
Sure.
gonna make me hacerme un oso.
Sure.
But is counterfeit as common in Mexico as it is in the United States? Like when people try to make counterfeit $100 bills, are they having the UV light as well, or?
I don't know. I haven't
is
been
what I
to
was
Mexico
afraid of.
since I was a kid.
This is what I was afraid of. I would ask questions like that.
What? That no.
like being rude and assuming. I'm so
That's
sorry.
not rude or
Oh,
assuming. That's
right.
just, but I would imagine that anyone in the world is trying to make fake money.
True.
Everywhere, all the time, constantly, and they should be awarded. We should applaud them.
Yeah.
You know.
I would imagine it's like easier for less developed countries. Like you could
Sure,
probably sculpt your shit into that of an egg and
Yeah.
use that like as a bartering
Well, they
system.
say that like back in the day, what do you call that? Counterfeiting? That would be
Yeah.
like punishable by death. That was supposed to be like the
Really? Was that?
yeah,
That
because
bad?
that's like the ultimate thing. It's like,
Oh.
bro, you gave me fake shit for
if
my
you
goods.
think about that Vietnamese lady,
Like, what the fuck?
can't
At
pay
the
my
very
rent
least,
now.
it's rude. At the very least, it's rude. Not cool.
How the hell am I supposed to get this hooker off my back?
It's like, come on.
yeah, dude, he's right, because in Vietnam, there's a CEO, a female CEO, who just got put to death.
Oh.
She was sentenced to death for stealing, like 40 billion of their monies from investors and lying to the government. And they put her to death in the year 2024 of our Lord, my dude.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
doing that because of money, bro. Like, because of money, because she
Yeah.
defrauded the country of Vietnam for 40 billion or whatever their fucking shit is, to death, bro. So
That's
if you
cool.
don't think it's badass,
That's
bro.
awesome.
It's badass as shit. And she's a woman too, bro. Like, and they're petitioning for her not to get killed, but here's the honest situation, bro. If they want to kill you, like he said, they'll kill you, bro.
They'll kill you.
Because you took too much of their fucking property and
Yeah.
fucked with their goals. Like,
I wish that she was a guy though.
why? You don't think it's cool that she's a woman? That's
No.
sexist, bro.
Maybe it is. Maybe I don't care.
I love women.
Yeah.
I love bitches.
Maybe you've seen a
just-
picture of her. Maybe you have
Free
a crush on
her. Free her.
Just
Maybe you
'cause-
want to go over there and do stand up for her some type of Vietnamese. I don't
No,
know.
I'm just saying because if it's a guy, that means the government really cares. If they're killing a chick, that just means they're just like another government.
Oh, well,
You know
I mean,
what
many
Like,
governments all over the world are just naturally sexist. I mean, like,
Yeah.
there's nothing we can do about some old systems. They're just
like if
never
that was
gonna
one of the
learn.
bros and they put up one of their bros to go kill,
Like if we put Bernie Madoff up
Yeah.
on the guillotine
Like if
after
you-
he did his shit, we
Yeah.
were like, you would take him serious then?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, kind of. I mean,
What about two
We'll
women?
see.
If it was two women at the same time, would you go, okay.
Nah.
All right, now you mean business.
Yeah.
Because now
You know,
we're
that-
changing the value of a woman's life.
that is true. No, it's not an equal thing. I just feel like
10 women, final
Just-
offer.
just because any woman killed because that is like the normal thing to like that is normal
to put
Yeah.
shorties down.
Yeah, like
It's like,
scapegoating a chick, like, oh yeah, she stole it because she's been shopping. You know what I mean? Like, fucking bitch can't stop buying shoes. She stole all this money. Like, if like dudes do that all the time. Put, you know what I mean? Like, put down one of the bros.
So what you're saying is this Vietnamese woman was set up.
I don't know. I just sus to me. That's all I'm saying. I want to see that with everyone that steals money from the state, from the people.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sure, absolutely. Bernie Madoff, fucking all like.
And I think we shouldn't
everybody.
kill serial killers. Like, I think
Yeah,
we should keep
pedophiles,
violent
kill 'em
peoples
all.
alive. No, send them over to fight
Why-
our
why-
battles,
why-
bro.
why would
Stop
it-
pedophiles with bombs and shit, bro.
Why
Do you
wouldn't
know
it
what's
be killed?
dangerous, bro?
It's crazy.
A horny fucking
Yo, that's
Dahmer.
hilarious.
You nothing's fucking. I'll fine, Dahmer. You want to fucking eat people? Let me go drop you off in the middle of fucking
There was a
wherever.
point where he was the one.
Bro,
having
You
the-
hunt
He was having
men
the
down
most-
in
hilarious.
He was having the
fucking
most
desert.
sex at one point. Like Dahmer was the most sex haver.
Are you
that
saying-
have ever had? Because he would like fuck dudes, he'd kill them, and then he'd still be fucking them. He got more ass than any porn star. Isn't that crazy to you? Like, he should have been.
Yeah,
killed.
that's actually
That's
pretty
too much
crazy to me.
power.
That's pretty crazy to me.
That's why
actually.
That's why they
Power.
arrested him, Danny. Because it was too much power for one man.
Don't
to
think
have.
about calling
Yeah,
the
it
cops.
wasn't the
The
murder.
cop showed up and looked around and said, "No man should be allowed to do
Yeah.
this. Wrap him up.
Yeah.
Put away the key."
We're cool with the body parts in the fridge, but
Yeah,
if you're
but this
fucking
much
them,
sex?
you're no.
No, sir.
Some cuck shit right there.
I guess.
Yeah. But I ought to know. You know,
I guess,
I've been cucked and I've
You
been
don't have to
cucking.
say this.
That's fair.
It's all right.
You don't have
Teddy.
to say
we believe that. We believe it. You don't have to remind
I
us.
got balls. What do you think is the calling code of Colombia? You know, that area, the plus whatever you call it overseas.
Oh my god.
Is it 101? Is it 880? Or is it 57? The number of Heinz ketchup flavors.
All right.
I want to say 57.
Hey, you're right.
Let's
Hey!
Oh, hell yeah.
That's 2
Let's go.
points.
I fucking love ketchup.
Yeah?
Oh my god. I feel guilty now in my old age. When people make me ashamed to like ketchup.
You know, there's nothing wrong with ketchup, and there's nothing wrong with like doing a little something to it as well. I like mixing it with mayonnaise.
Ooh, a little mayonnaise
Yeah, a
ketchup.
little bit of fancy,
Okay.
you know,
Isn't that like
trailer
Thousand
trash
Island?
cocktail sauce, you know?
That's like Thousand Island, no? Pretty much.
It's
It's
kind of
close.
like
It's close.
There's a specific name for it. Pink sauce, essentially.
It's pink sauce, it's
Okay.
fancy sauce, cocktail
Thousand
sauce.
Island is
Fancy sauce.
relish,
Yeah.
mayo, ketchup.
Ooh,
Thousand Island.
and relish really. Oh,
White folks just threw all this shit together.
Yeah.
I like that.
Mayo is a crazy base.
Bro,
Mayo
I
is
like mayo.
amazing.
What kind of mayo though? I like Hellman's own.
Oh, yeah, you know
Miracle
what?
Whip.
Hellman's is
Whoa.
good.
We have a
Hellman's is
Miracle
good,
Whip
yeah.
at the pad right now. We're not proud of it. We're not proud of it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
hard
proud of it.
times, right?
Yeah, I mean, a grocery outlet is grocery outletting.
Got it.
You know what I mean? Dude, I love fucking food, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Food is great.
But I have to be careful because it's like I always forget. Like today, Vederman and I went to the ice cream shop,
Yeah.
and Vederman bought a pint of ice cream, and like
Okay.
I was like, I love ice cream too.
Yeah.
And it's like I get ice cream, and now I got a pint of ice cream, which I know I'm gonna eat, and I'm already fat and disgusting and gross, dog. So it's like I
Yeah.
love food, but it's like the sacrifice of not seeing it is so.
Oh, eat up like that as you can. This is my last year eating fast food. When I turn 30, I gotta start eating more salads and more fruits. But for now, just like live it up, like you're not gonna die. Just get fat for a couple of years and then like you
Danny.
do what you're comfortable with.
The
I'm trying to get
dude
fat.
in the world.
I'm trying to get fat.
Shut
Well,
the fuck up,
you know,
Danny,
you lost
piece of shit.
you lost weight from surfing. Would you attribute that to surfing or just not?
Oh,
eating?
that's right. You used to be a little chubber.
Yeah, it was definitely surfing. Definitely for a while, I stopped drinking. That was big, and then now I just try to like manage my meals.
That's smart.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
Do you eat a lot of candy? You don't like candy?
I don't
I don't
like
have a problem
either.
with candy, ice cream, sweets at all. I have no problem. Like I don't really crave those. I don't really like them. I don't really like sugar that much, which is fine. Like, but I would eat chili cheese fries all day. You know what I mean? It's like food like that, like
Savory
fast food.
food is pretty good.
Savory food all
like
day.
burgers
I was
and
just in
fried chicken and
Phoenix.
shit.
I was just in Phoenix for
Fried everything.
Yeah.
I was just over there in Phoenix, right? I was like doing stand up at a festival, and before we went up to where it was, I went to this restaurant. I think it's called Bad Jimmy's. Shout out to Bad Jimmy's. Bad
yeah.
Jimmy's in Phoenix.
That sounds sick.
And they had the most amazing smash burgers. And I've never even tried it before. So
Yeah.
for all I know, it was overpriced or whatever, but it was
Doesn't
tasty.
matter.
It was good. And it made me feel so much better. That's the one language I think everybody should learn before talking.
Yeah.
Learn how to cook food. Because that's an international thing everybody's on board
Yeah.
for. You know?
Yeah.
Like, except for eating, what's it called? Pufferfish? I don't know if I could do that.
Oh yeah, because you have to cook it a certain way.
You
cut it
could
a certain
die.
way, yeah.
You could die.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty basic, you know what I mean? But I love to go to a good restaurant, try some like fancy food.
I have a question.
Yeah.
As a someone who's acutely, in which I, to my surprise, very, very politically aware person, someone's like, because when you get on stage again, when I only know people from being
When you
on
get on stage, you sound like a fucking idiot.
well, you listen to me on
When
stage.
the time comes, you reach the spotlight.
Yeah, you listen to a lot of people on stage and then you have conversations later on off stage and you're like, wow, you're not, and I'm not saying that's a character, I'm saying you've made choices when you go on stage to either, but again, so we're sitting, like, it's like, I never see you go on stage and go, what's in the news today?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that you easily
Yeah.
could because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are more than capable and have the knowledge to
Right.
speak about it, but you don't. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying, wow, very
Yeah.
cool. So, and speaking to you about that, how do you feel? I have friends of mine, and I ask every person who comes on the Hispanic show specifically, I have a Chicano friend of mine from Arizona that we used to smoke and get high, and he would tell me all about Chicano history and just our rights as brown people to the land and being mestizo or being de la tierra. He was very, very passionate about being indigenous. And we recorded a podcast together, and like it's some of my favorite work that we ever did because it was talking a lot about that part of him and what it means to be native to this land. But he always had beef and has beef, again, some might say justifiably, some might say irrationally. They have beef against the Spanish conquistadores when they meet Spanish people.
That.
Do you sense any type of animosity the way that blacks feel towards white people and the way that, or Indians feel towards the white man? Do you feel that towards Spanish people, just in general? Do you have, in your knowledge seeking or in all your reading, did you ever, or even from your father, Chicano, is there any correlation, or do you ever feel, or even growing up in high school, were there people like that amongst your classmates who were like, and fuck the Spanish, and fuck the conquistadores, and you're fucking,
No,
that, or?
not really. We didn't even know really. I didn't know where Spain was for a long time.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't know because I didn't really get into I didn't really get into history like that for a while. And then in my after high school, I got into reading and stuff and reading world history and the history of the founding of the New World, and then Chicano history, the impact of the New World on the native people there. So that's when I kind of started getting into it, and where I started hearing the words of colonizer and that kind of vocabulary. But like as a kid, nah, I didn't even know what Spanish was. You know what I mean? Like
What about after you learned it though?
after I learned it, oh yeah. Well, I don't really have animosity. I mean, do I have I haven't met too many Spanish. I met some like Spanish foods in crowd work situations where I like to make fun of them, and it's not a bad thing. But like, it's not their fault. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not their fault. They're like white and hot, and then they're like also they're like no, like we're like the true Spanish or whatever. So it's like it's not there. It's like I don't really care. Again, it's like the government and the systems that were in place at the time. Like that's not anyone's kind of. That's like I like going to like Arizona or something like or going to like the South. Like I never feel like it's their like the people's fault that they own slaves. Like the states own slaves. You know what I mean? No, I don't try not to have any animosity. If anything, I have animosity of like rich white foods, like property owning foods. You know what I mean?
Right.
Any racism in Kansas?
In racism
When
against
you were
me?
out there?
No.
You ever experienced racism, Mario?
Have I ever experienced
Mario?
racism?
Hard
hitting
racism?
questions here.
Yeah, when I would like,
Mario,
interesting
have you ever
choice. Yes. No. Well, I mean, like outright
To be
racism
man.
where I got like jumped for being Mexican or brown. No, never think anything like that.
You ever had anybody call you spick or beaner or anything like that to your face in anger? More like people patting their pockets to make sure you're not.
It was more of being like kicked out of places,
Social.
and not allowed around, yeah, or just being like followed and stuff. Like it was very passive. You know what I mean? Because again, I grew up around here, so it's like, you go to a bar in like, let's say you go to a bar in like Echo Park or Silver Lake, and you're a bunch of like 21-year-old fucking like not necessarily like poorer food working class dudes that are just like on coke and like coked out and like kind of a problem, but we're not like some hipster white dude in the bar, you know what I mean? Got kicked out of a lot of bars like that, you know what I mean? We've been removed from stuff. I wouldn't say it's like racism in general, but I would say like it kind of always has started off like that. Like passive racism isn't always explicit,
Right.
So like stuff like that. Like in Kansas, I mean, one time this lady, I was like, it's not even that big of a deal, but like I was like, she worked at Bank of America, and I was like, where's the nearest bank? Because we're at the college. It's like the first week, and I was like, where's the nearest location I can use my card or whatever? She was like, it's on whatever street. It's right next to the stadium where you play soccer at. And I played football. You know what I mean?
Just like subtly.
Yeah, exactly.
Football. Lady.
Yeah, I was like, I play football, but okay, yeah. And she was like, no. I was
So
like,
good.
yeah, so like the stuff like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, because again, I grew up around, I didn't know white people were
That's why I wanted to ask, because I didn't know if Cody ever,
No.
you're standing over him and you're like,
Sure.
that'll teach you being white, and Cody's like,
No.
you dirty
Reason.
little
No.
fucking,
You wet
know,
back.
when you were like,
Yeah, no, there wasn't. Like, that's so funny. There was no like real like that race. Like people would be like call each other dark. Like that was something.
but nobody ever was ever like, you fucking wet back. Like,
No, because we're all fucking.
yeah.
You know?
No, it's just, that's
You
why I
know
wanted to
what I mean?
ask. It's so interesting.
Takes one to know one.
Yeah,
so
no,
cool.
like I remember like.
I wonder what I would have been like if do you think if Mario and I switched places?
If he
and
was
he
Colombian,
was raised in my white environment,
if he
and
was
I was
raised in your
in
environment.
if comedically, if anything,
but
would've been-
he would have your situation of parents or
That's
his?
all. Yeah, we would just switch places.
Yeah,
It's just
switch
a
places
Freaky
completely.
Friday.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
He
I
just
can't
grew
answer
up
that.
as Mario with rednecks.
Yeah.
I think we would come out exactly the same. He would do the exact same jokes he does, and I would do the
No.
exact.
I think he'd
I'd
just
be
be
more
interested
political.
in
I'd be
I
more
would-
political.
I think he'd be
if I
more.
grew up with only brown
he'd be
people,
more
that'd
political.
cool.
Bro,
Like,
if I grew up in Virginia, bro,
With white
I
people.
would
Because you're
never
closer
get
to the
out of
hill.
there,
You're
dog.
closer
Yeah,
to
yeah,
the
CIA
capital
would
of the
take
United
over me.
States. Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's
You
no
might
way.
also be
you would have
into
been like a
duck
hardcore
hunting.
politics dude in
Yeah.
Washington.
Oh, dog, I
DC.
would not have
That's cool.
survived.
Yeah.
No,
Dick Cheney could have given him a high
All right, well, let's
five.
finish this up, Danny, because we're getting close to 1:15.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and ask
Sorry
the
I'm
remaining
taking so
questions.
long. I
No,
just
dude,
haven't
no,
asked
we're
order.
good. Honestly, I prefer
We just-
it over Danny's exam over here. Danny's thesis.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up real quickly. I know some people are dying to get away from me here.
Get away from you.
Get
No, I'm
away
just
from
like,
me. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, Danny? You are unbearable.
That's not true.
All right, we're gonna
Dude,
go
I miss
into,
you, dude. I
into
haven't
the
seen you
lightning
guys in
round.
forever.
It's
good
been
to
a
see
great
you, Mario.
episode. I'm just saying we're close to the end mark.
All right, well then let me go ahead and spend the next 5 minutes wrapping this up.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the Colombian. Oh, don't look it up on Google, Mario.
Sorry,
Oh.
I'm trying to get paid for this show that I
Don't-
did like a fucking month ago.
Okay,
Handle it, bro.
just make sure they don't treat you.
Sorry, I'm poor, dog.
Treat you wrong,
Like I
or,
said before.
or a ti te la hace el oso.
Hey, all you Colombian foods, give a Mexican guy money once and give it to me.
There's a good
Give it to them
Colombian
first,
restaurant.
and then,
I can recommend you a good Colombian restaurant.
Give me something like that.
Yeah,
give me
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. All right. For
Bro.
now, we're going into this. Okay, lightning round for 7 questions. Colombian motto: is it A, Dios y Federación, B, Dios, Patria y Libertad, or C, Libertad y Orden? If you need translations, let me know.
Give me them all translated.
Okay, first one was God and Federation. Second one, God, Parties, and Liberty.
God, I wish it's that one.
And third one, Liberty and Order.
Nah, it's the third one.
Yeah, you're right.
Heyo.
Look at that. That's 3 points. 3 points out of 4. Let's get going. Okay. When was the day of our Declaration of Independence from Spain?
420.
Oh,
Heyo.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'll give you a couple different 20s just to make it easier on you.
Horny.
Was it actually 420, which would be very hilarious? Was it 520 or was it 620? Sorry, no, 720.
520.
You're wrong. It's 720. It's July 20th, 1810. That was the declaration.
I'm gonna
You
fight
lost a
that one
point
in
on
court. That you stuttered and you made me assume you're. Okay, go ahead. Go.
Okay, as long as you could get over 5 points. As long
I'm
as you
eating
get
those
over
empanadas.
5.
I don't give a fuck what you guys
Okay,
say.
easy. You're the
I don't give a
guest here.
fuck what you people
You're
are
the
saying.
guest here.
I'm
What is the
eating the
national
empanadas.
sport of Colombia? Is it
Eating pussy.
is it
Let's
B,
go. Hot babes
bowling?
in that audience. There's some hot babes in that audience.
A,
God
eating
damn.
pussy?
Getting me horny.
B, bowling? C, tejo, the art of throwing steel discs towards explosives? Or D, soccer?
Damn, C would be cool.
C is correct. That's a national sport. We throw steel discs towards metal rings with gunpowder inside, and whoever ends up losing gets the other team beer.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an amazing sport. I plan to play it someday.
Wow.
We ought to have
All
it
you
here.
racists out there thought it was D, huh? Fucking racist.
I definitely thought it was A. What does the
Hey.
acronym of FARC stand for? In English, at least. Is it A, the Rebels Aligned for Colombia, B, Colombian Anarchist Federation of Realists, or C, the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia?
C.
You're correct. Man, you are killing it here.
Ain't no thing, babe.
Okay.
I know Colombia. I watched Narcos.
Yeah.
I watched it. I
He
watched
watches this
it.
podcast, Danny.
I watched this.
You watch our
Oh.
episode with Lucas. Yeah.
You use the same questions every time?
Yes.
Oh.
You gotta just Google this.
He thought he was special.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, what the hell? I guess anyone that's gonna be on the pod, I guess
Yeah,
if they
you
want
can
to
just
search
listen
that
to
bad, I
this and
guess.
know.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
to change these questions.
Yeah, I change them once in a while. Come on.
Yeah, make one up, Danny.
Yeah.
Well,
have a
I've got-
fucking-
Make a couple of them up.
I'm not gonna make anything up
Yeah.
right now. Well, you got the questions here, and he doesn't know them. That's the fact of it.
How many points do I need?
You need over 5.
How many points do I have?
I think you have 4.
So this is it. The last one.
Last
Here we go.
one. Okay.
I mean, 2 more. Okay.
Yeah, give him a minute.
Nah.
No, you're right.
I'm
Give him a
eating
minute.
these
I'll give him
empanadas. I
2
don't
of my
care.
favorite questions. I'll give you 2 of my
give
favorite
me
questions.
Give me 2 of your
Fill in the
favorites.
blanks for this popular song. Is it arroz con leche, me quiero bailar con una mariposa de la capital? Or is it arroz con leche, me quiero lanzar con una cerdo gorda de la capital? Or is it the third one?
Oh boy.
Is it arroz con leche? Me quiero casar con una señorita de la capital.
You do this every episode.
Every time. That's
My
what
favorite
comes
question. It's a childhood classic, a nursery rhyme. So which one is it?
So funny.
If you need me to repeat.
Yes, please repeat them. Please repeat them.
All right, I'm going to do it quickly. Arroz con leche, me quiero bailar con una mariposa de la capital. Or, that's Dance and Butterfly. Is it arroz con leche, me quiero lanzar con una cerdo gordo de la capital? Throwing a pig, fat pig with that. Or, is it arroz con leche, me quiero casar con una señorita de la capital? Do you want to marry a lady? Which one is it?
The pig.
You're wrong. Fuck. Unless if you're talking about throwing yourself onto a pig, aka my wife. No, it's casar con señorita. You got that one wrong. So
okay, it's okay.
I think you got an even count. This one is all for
all the marbles.
All the marbles. Okay.
Oh man, that's funny, man.
We have some traditions in Colombia.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. We have a couple of them.
Let me hear them.
I'm not going to tell you what they're for, but I'm going to tell you what they are. One of them happens to be looking at the ground and calling for the help of Saint Anthony, the saint of miracles. You do that by hanging his statue upside down, and then it does something nice to you.
It kisses you like Spider-Man style.
Is it A, does it help you find your keys? B,
that would be cool.
Help you find your sight? Or C, help you find your true love?
B. C.
C. Is C your final answer?
Yeah.
C is it. You look at the ground and you call for the saving of help of St. Anthony. You hang up a statue upside down, and by the grace of God or some sort of freaking miracle, Colombia's very own lover extraordinaire is going to come to your door and tell you, Mario, tú no eres oso. Tú eres lobo.
They love it, Danny.
I think that's all the time we have for this game show. Thank you so much, Mario. You've won yourself 2 empanadas from World of Empanadas in Burbank, California.
Thank you, man. This is so much fun. Danny, you're hilarious. Fucking Bryan, hilarious, dude. This is so fun, man.
I had a really good time, too.
You know, really quickly before we go, I want to say, I'm just plugging this out there. The last album of Shakira is the best. Listen to it. Las Mujeres Ya No Lloran. Great breakup album. It's very good.
Yeah. Idiots United. Come to Idiots United show sometime, please.
Oh, that's right. Yes, please plug us. Or plug you. Plug yourself.
Well, first off, Mario, did you learn anything about Colombia?
Oh, let's plug your
did I learn anything about Colombia? Yeah, they have that cool disc blow-up game.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Yeah, Tejo.
Tejo.
That's cool.
That's cool.
We got to bring that here.
Their capital is Bogota.
Nice.
You know?
Danny, you're doing it. You taught someone something.
I'm enlightening.
You're educating me. And also that I forgot how much I would love to see your parents have sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank
Tú
you.
estás haciendo el oso.
Idiots United. Come to Idiots United show. We got a bunch coming up. Mario Rodriguez doesn't exist on Instagram. Thank you guys. These guys are sick.
Yeah, what happened to that?
What happened to what?
To you not being on Instagram.
No, that's his handle.
That's my handle on Instagram.
I know. Danny. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, Danny.
Yo he hecho myself un
You made
oso.
yourself an oso fool.
But,
where can
yeah.
they find you, Danny?
Oh, you can find
It's un burro. Or what did you say?
es un oso.
Un oso.
Un oso. You're the lomo, and I'm the lamb.
Hell
You can
yeah.
find me on Instagram at Archilla. I think I might be canceling the April show for Titmag. I don't know if there's gonna be enough traction for it right now. We might bring it back early May. I'd love to have you on as a comic if you want to do my game show
Anytime.
for my satire website, Titmag.
Titmag, let's go.
Yeah. You'll enjoy it. It's gonna find its footing.
That's cool.
But follow me.
Is it like a magazine full of titties?
No, it's jokes. It's satire.
Oh.
It's It's going to be something. I'm making it happen.
Attaboy.
I'm making it happen. I printed out some physical copies earlier this month. I felt really good. So
That's cool, dude. I love that, dude. I used to write, and I used to like print out my own little books.
Oh, really? You did your own zines?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk about
me and my
this.
homegirl, she would do it for me, but yeah.
Oh,
I used to
that's
love
dope.
that.
How about that? What a connection.
So fucking tangible fucking literature.
Let's bring back tangible
media.
literal.
Print media's coming
Print
back.
media. Let's bring back print.
They can find you where on Instagram?
On Archilla. That's spelled Archil. L as in llama, A. But you say it like llama, so 2 L's. It's not Archila. Who says that?
You can also find us at Caldo Risa on Instagram. And you can find us at our website, bingeonthischannel.com, where you can find the rest of these amazing shows, this, that, and the other. Happy News with Perry Kurtz, Roll 420s, Caldo Risa, obviously, and so much more great content. Mario Rodriguez, thank you so much for being here with us
Buddy,
today,
it's
man.
been so
It's
freaking
been a
sick.
great
Thank you
fucking
guys for
pleasure.
having me,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Danny,
You're
wonderful
so
fucking
awesome.
show. And as
Hey,
always,
how about
we
this?
like to close out our episodes with a simple saying, Al que no le gusta el caldo,
se le dan
hold
tres.
on.
Oh, come
got
on,
this, Danny.
fellas.
Say it nice and clear.
Come on,
You
fellas.
sound like Mushmouth, bro.
You sound like a goddamn mush mouth.
Here we go. Al que no le gusta el caldo.
No, have a little energy to it.
I know.
it's
It's just
just-
now I'm being scolded about it.
Oh
Because
my
you
god,
did this.
come on, grow up.
Because you said.
I didn't say
Picture
that.
you just walked in and your parents making sweet, beautiful love.
Here we go.
Go
Here we
ahead.
go. You got to tell it to them so that they stop having sex. That's the
Yes.
only way for them to have.
All right,
you got to
okay,
do
I'm
it right.
gonna
Here we
bark
go.
it. I'm gonna.
3, 2, 1.
Al que no le gusta el caldo, se le dan tres tazas.